roller coaster ride, hands up in the sky, take you on a ride, love to feel the high, we can start again, laughing to the end, screaming at the top, hoping never.
개씩.
my mom to that old-time show. I asked her, please, mother, can I have a popsicle? She said, honey, you're a sweetie, you're my chocolate cake. I'll get you one later, we're gonna be late, here's a cucumber shake. As the crowd started clapping, we were already out. And as the snack bar was closing, I was bursting into tears. We'll go to the park.